We've got a special episode of Positively West Virginia today, celebrating the ribbon cuttings for two Amazon delivery stations opening here in West Virginia. These are huge 100,000 square foot facilities. One is in Beaver, and that's in Raleigh County, West Virginia, and Davisville in Wood County, West Virginia. We've got Jaime Hjort and Danielle Aristy from Amazon Corporate here in West Virginia to celebrate these ribbon cuttings. Here's the episode.
Positively West Virginia. Positively West Virginia.
Positively West Virginia is powered by Breezeline high-speed fiber internet and sponsored by Highmark West Virginia, Freedom Kia of Morgantown, and Humble Influence. With the help of these sponsors, we're able to share the positive business stories of West Virginians, including the one from today's episode.
Well, folks, we're visiting with Jaime Hjort and Danielle Aristy from Amazon. They are visiting from a special location today in Davisville, West Virginia, and Wood County in the Polymer Alliance Zone. Really here to talk about the ribbon cutting for two amazing Amazon facilities here in West Virginia. These are delivery stations. Jaime and Danielle, welcome to the Positively West Virginia podcast, special edition.
Thank you so much for having us today, Jim. This is super exciting. We're happy to have this opportunity.
Yeah, thank you guys, and thanks for being there on location in Wood County. We typically do these in our studio, but to mark the ribbon cuttings of these two amazing facilities here in West Virginia, we thought it would be good to have you on and be able to do this remotely. So Jaime, Danielle, tell us a little bit about why we're talking today, these ribbon cutting events and what it means to West Virginia.
Sure. So these are our very first operations facilities in West Virginia. So it's super exciting for Amazon to be here, to be in these communities, both in Davisville and in Beaver. Ultimately, this is great for our customers. You know, the whole point of these facilities is to get packages to our customers as quickly and efficiently as possible. And I think we're already hearing and seeing that in the surrounding areas. We're really excited to be here celebrating the launch of these events here in Davisville today and Beaver tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, when we think about Amazon, we typically think about organizing and ordering a package, and then it's delivered on our front porch. Are these facilities designed to kind of be that last mile between the distribution and the customer? How does that all work?
Sure. So it's actually super unique. This facility that we're in here today, which you can see some of it behind us, and the facility also in Beaver and Raleigh County are unique because they have first mile and last mile occurring under the same roof. And typically those are two separate operations. But we're happy to be able to serve and surprise and delight our customers here in West Virginia. So the way it works on the first mile side is we have thousands of, everyday essential, those high priority, high volume items that folks need in their house. I'm looking at some of them right now. I know you can't see it. We have Pampers, we have batteries, we have paper towels, we have toilet paper, pet food, those things that you need on hand quite quickly.
Yes.
So those items in the first mile side of the house are here. And for our customers locally, they're able to go on Amazon.com or on their Amazon app and get these items as early, sometimes the same day or next day. And once those packages are fulfilled by the employees in this fabulous building, our incredible workforce, they take those and then they push them down the line to this material handling equipment behind us, which is where the last mile occurs. And that is the bulk of what's happening in these buildings. That's tractor trailers coming from other larger centers in our network in the East Coast coming in overnight. We have employees in the building overnight to unload those packages. They're labeled and ready to get to your doorstep. They come in, employees sort them by zip code or route. They get put into these color-coded bags with super great technology to look out for the ergonomics and safety of our workforce here. And then delivery drivers show up in the late morning to come and get those packages out the door.
That's amazing. Yeah. So, can you speak to are these the first two delivery stations, if you will, here in West Virginia that Amazon has built?
Yes. Yeah. There are first operations facilities in the state.
Okay. So why West Virginia, first of all?
Yeah, so I think there's a variety of factors we look at when we're looking to, open up and cite a location. One of those that's super important is a workforce that is going to raise the bar in delivering for our customers. We are customer obsessed here at Amazon. We say it and we believe it and mean it. And also local support. And we were really lucky to find both in Wood and Raleigh County.
Hmm.
I'm on the economic development side of the house, so I'm often the first Amazon employee that gets to meet with local folks. And the teams here in Wood and Raleigh County have been phenomenal. The county commissioners, we are in the polymer alliance zone. So Keith Burdett and his crew did a lot of work to get this location ready for this type of business, along with Lindsay Pearsall in the Wood County Economic Development Authority. And in
Yes.
Raleigh, we worked with Jenna Belcher and the New River Gorge Regional Development Agency. So it's that partnership between the locality and the business that really is important in supporting and delivering for not only our customers, but delivering for your community and our work.
Yeah, amazing. So you mentioned workforce, and that's music to my ears. What's can you talk about the impact of that? In other words, how many jobs are being created by both of these production facilities?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've created hundreds of jobs with these two facilities, and there's some fun facts around those jobs because we have our direct jobs. So those are the associates that are in the building, the folks who are fulfilling those first mile orders, the folks unloading the trucks, sorting the packages and getting them ready to go out the door. Those are our direct jobs. Something that we're very proud of is that everybody working in these buildings is starting with a minimum of $19 an hour. We also have a lot of flexibility. These are flexible jobs, so you only have to work a minimum of 4 hours per week if you want to come work in Amazon. With then opportunities for growth and development. We've heard today from the site leader at this site that the site opened in November and they already have some folks lined up for promotions and are interviewing folks to convert from part-time to full-time positions. And then we talk about our indirect jobs. So the van drivers who are coming out and delivering these packages to you folks to your doorstep, they're not employees of Amazon. They're employees of what we call our delivery service providers. So when we open up a new business, not just Amazon jobs that are being created, small logistical companies get stood up and they hire drivers to deliver packages on behalf of Amazon. So other great employment opportunity for folks, the delivery service partner drivers here in West Virginia are starting with a wage of $21.50 an hour. So also, really competitive, good paying jobs. And then additionally, there's another method of delivery that occurs, and that's called flex. And those are individuals who want to pick up some extra work on their own time, can build out their own schedules. They need a valid driver's license, a qualifying vehicle, have to be 21 years or older, and they can sign up on an app to deliver packages on behalf of Amazon. So different, variety of different jobs, but a very strong workforce here in West Virginia.
Yeah. So with regard to the direct jobs, I want to make sure I got that number right. How many direct jobs in each of those facilities, the one in Wood County and also in Raleigh County?
Over 100 in each, right?
Correct.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, that's fantastic. Now, could I, Jamie and Danielle, if it's okay to maybe talk a little bit about your individual roles, how long you've been with Amazon, and maybe a little bit about where you're based out of and where you're from.
Sure. I'll start. So I am on our public policy team, and I spend most of my time advocating on policy issues that are important to Amazon, largely with federal policymakers. I'm based in Arlington, Virginia, at our second headquarters, HQ2, as we like to call it. However, I am a native West Virginian, so I am super proud to be here and super happy about these two investments. It's been a little bit of a full circle moment for me today. As you know, we just had our ribbon cutting event here in Davisville, and this is where my family really is from. I spent some time here as a child, and then, but my parents were born and raised here. My grandparents were born and raised here, really going back generations. One fun fact about me is we did our family, ancestry, and we were able to trace it all the way back to the American Revolution, to a French soldier who came over from France to fight for Lafayette, of course, for America's independence. And after the war, he ended up settling right here, right nearby this facility in Belleville, West Virginia, right on the Ohio River.
Wow.
And then my grandfather was, still born and was born in Belleville several generations later, right on a farm in Belleville. So, we really have deep roots here. And now I'm just so excited that my company's building roots here as well.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So I really can't top that.
Yeah, it's hard to top for sure.
Please don't hold it against me. I am a born and bred native New Yorker. But what's really cool, so I've been with Amazon about 5.5 years, and I manage economic development for Amazon in New York, New Jersey, and West Virginia. And I just think it's a testament to what an amazing company we work for, where if not for this job, I don't know that I would have ever had the opportunity to come visit this beautiful state and work in this community where, you can really tell that folks are genuinely supportive and happy for us to be here. And that's it's such a warm, welcoming environment, and it's been really positive experience for us.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And you mentioned, working with the state and working with Lindsay Pearsall and all that. And that's one thing that I hear time and time again on our normal show, Positively West Virginia, when we're talking with the entrepreneurs and business owners who started companies. And we talk about their origin story, and they always talk about the overwhelming majority, I should say, talk about the relationship and the ease of access to people that make a difference here in West Virginia, whether that's somebody in the state government or somebody within the SBA or the SBDC. There's always access. You're a phone call away from getting a meeting with somebody you need to talk to. And it sounds like you guys have had a wonderful experience working with our state leadership to bring these two amazing facilities to West Virginia. Now, we're doing the grand openings or the ribbon cuttings today. And I guess the thing that kind of jumps out to me, you're sitting in this beautiful space, this amazing facility. Can you talk a little bit about the buildings, like the square footage, how much land they're sitting on, and so forth?
Sure. So each building is roughly 100,000 square feet. And you will see our standards here and our efficiency is high. And, it all really starts with safety and putting our employees first. And so if I can't pan around too much, but you'll see the floors behind us are clean. And that's not because we're on camera. That's because this place is run very efficiently. It's a well-oiled machine. We're rolling this out. So this investment is part of a larger investment. So last year we announced that we are investing $4 billion in rural communities across America and small towns across America to bring packages to our customers and to those communities that, in a time where a lot of logistics facilities are kind of pulling out of rural America because of cost to serve, we're really diving deeper back in. So it's important for us to have that partnership that you mentioned with the state and with the regional folks. And, as you've heard from other guests on the show, I know we're a little bit different from your typical guests, that has been a key component to this expansion.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I appreciate you pointing that out. You know, and I think of, you know, Amazon and same day delivery. You know, you think of that in the big cities, and with these two new distribution delivery stations here in West Virginia, and you're talking about in some cases, same day delivery of your Amazon order. Who would have thought that that would even be possible? But it's these investments in these rural communities that you're talking about that makes that all possible.
So, and JB and I were talking with the site lead this morning here, and he was saying to us when they first started, because they're still in like a ramp up period, but when they first started the same day delivery here, I think it was Mineral Wells.
Somewhere in Mineral Wells.
Yeah. He was saying that, you know, they were getting orders out in like 45 minutes in Mineral Wells, West Virginia. And he said the drivers were coming back and reporting like people were shocked and wanted to know, where are you? How did you do this?
It's magic.
Yeah.
So when customers in the surrounding areas of these facilities, when they see like the same day option, like it's most likely coming from these facilities. So it is really exciting that this is really, you know, coming into West Virginia, surprising and delighting our customers in West Virginia, and most importantly, getting the packages to them more quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think that's wonderful. Now, you know, when you talk about you know, investing in local communities, what are other ways that, you know, that Amazon gets entrenched in these local communities? I mean, is it through, you know, sponsorships of little leagues, or, you know, volunteering out in the local communities? Could you maybe speak a little bit about that and what your culture is there?
Sure. So at Amazon, we obviously are investing, we're creating jobs, we're investing in our employees, we're of course, you know, delivering for our customers, but we also want to deliver for our communities. And we want to be a good neighbor and good partner. And so when we come into a community, you know, we're going to find ways to give back to the community as well. One example of that is today at the event in Davisville, we announced a $15,000 donation to Discovery World on Market. And this is a children's museum in downtown Parkersburg. It has exhibits that are geared towards, you know, hands-on experiences for children in science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, so STEAM. So that's, you know, one way, of course, that we're investing in the community, not only for today, but investing in the future, right, with these kids. And then we're going to be doing something similar tomorrow in Beaver. We're going to announce also a $15,000 donation to a wonderful organization that serves Raleigh and Fayette counties. And it's called Just for Kids. And it's essentially dedicated to providing a variety of services for children who have experienced abuse. And it's supporting these children in their healing, and it's supporting their families and advocating for them, and really providing a variety of services. So it's, you know, it's really special for us that we can give back to these communities. And, you know, we're not going to stop there. These sites and our team is going to keep looking for opportunities to partner with and support these communities, you know, today and going forward.
Yeah, I love it. And I think that is part of being a great neighbor, not just a good neighbor. It's just really putting your money where your mouth is and supporting these organizations financially and the ways that you just described. I think that's awesome. So if somebody's out there and they're hearing this podcast today and saying, hey, how do I get plugged into Amazon and maybe get one of these jobs, either direct or indirect? What's the best way for folks to, you know, to do that and get connected?
Absolutely. So let's just first, I want to say, well, we're excited for more job creation. We're excited for the hardworking folks of West Virginia, you know, to come on board here. We have a saying, as Amazonians, we like to call ourselves, and it's live hard, work hard, have fun, and make history. And we are making history, and we want, you know, the community to be part of that also. So for direct jobs, folks can go to hiring.amazon.com. Our DSP positions, like those independent business driver positions, those are typically posted on Indeed. So folks can go on and check. And I will say that the Amazon jobs are posted on a rolling basis. So if you hear this podcast today, you go on, you don't see anything, please don't be discouraged. Go on tomorrow. We're still ramping up. So opportunities will come on board. And I think one of the other things I want to talk about in like terms of when we think about jobs and investment is we think about our indirect and our direct jobs, but the other thing that we sometimes, bring to the table is sellers. So as independent sellers, you have the opportunity to sell your product on Amazon's platform. Over 60% of the items that are sold through Amazon come from small to medium-sized businesses. And in West Virginia, those independent sellers average 125,000 in annual sales, and have to date sold over 1 million items from sellers from this state.
Wow, that's
Jim,
amazing.
we know you interview West Virginia small businesses all the time. So we hope, you've had an Amazon seller on, and we meet, so I get an opportunity to meet sellers all the time and hear how Amazon has really helped them expand their business. So just being a local native West Virginian, it's really the thought that not only can you obviously live and work here, but you can grow your business on Amazon as well. And, that's part of what we do as well.
Yeah, you guys don't know this, but before the pandemic, I guess it was probably 2018 or so, I had this idea to create a product line. It was called Chill Athlete, and it was a product series of I think my goal was to have 10 units, but they all had different SKUs, obviously. But I was doing what they call fulfillment by Amazon, FBA. And I created and sourced products through a variety of different mechanisms, primarily Alibaba. And I had these products and I was selling them on Amazon. It was just an amazing experiment because I wanted to learn if I could create a brand from nothing other than an idea and sell it and have all the orders fulfilled and all the orders processed through Amazon. And it was an amazing deal. I mean, it was just so cool. And it just proved the fact that what you just said is you can get started. You don't have to wait for, a large company or a big corporation to move into West Virginia. You can get started as an entrepreneurial venture and have your goods sold right on Amazon and be distributed right here in West Virginia now. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we provide a whole large market, right, for our local sellers. So
yeah, of course.
And I'm so happy to hear you were one of them.
I know.
Yeah, you had no idea. It was called Chill Athlete. It lasted a couple of months, and I was like, wait, I got to get back to my core business, But it was really it was a wonderful experience, honestly, and Amazon made it so easy to do business. And then I'd probably also be remiss that I have 3 books for sale on Amazon right now, so you can check that out. Shameless plug. But anyhow, yeah, it's really great. So, from maybe from a perspective of, because I mentioned the word culture at Amazon, could you maybe both of you maybe give you just a couple of sentences on the culture of what it's like to work for Amazon from a culture perspective?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great place to work. I think I didn't say it, but I've been here over 6 years now. It's always exciting. We're always inventing new things. It's one of the most innovative companies, I think, in the world. And obviously I'm biased, but just seeing the innovation that happens at this company every day, whether it's, new technologies to help make our employees safer, new technologies to help our sellers be successful on Amazon.com. I mean, it's really no shortage of innovation here, and our culture really is about that. We have, a lot of autonomy to work, like Danielle said, work hard, have fun and make history. And we do all of those really on a daily basis. And it's really exciting. We're making some history here in West Virginia this week with our first facilities.
Yeah.
I think I actually said live hard, but
we do that too, I'll be honest.
Yeah, and I would just add to that, like, we have these pillars, leadership principles that are guidelines, and customer obsession is at the top. And it amazes me still that it's not just something we say. I am in meetings regularly, a couple times a week, where somebody will say, well, how does that impact our customer? Or how does that make our customers' lives better? So I think that's just the North Star for us. And we walk the talk. So
Yeah, I love it. I think that's really wonderful. Jaime and Danielle, any closing thoughts as we close out our time here today regarding these new facilities in Davisville, Wood County, West Virginia, and Beaver and Raleigh County for Amazon?
I'll just say, again, as a native West Virginian, just so proud that Amazon is kind of, expanding our footprint here, expanding our operations, delivering for our West Virginia customers, creating jobs. It's really exciting. We've really enjoyed talking about it on your show, so really appreciate you having us. And
Sure.
excited to be here and again to be a partner in this community, these communities going forward, and hopefully more to come.
Yeah, I'll second that and just say, we're a global company, but we really do put down local roots and care and show up in the communities where we're at. So, I just, as someone who's been involved since, we were looking to select these sites all the way through, thank you, West Virginia, just for having your arms open and being great partners. You care about your community, and that shows. And so thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome, Danielle. And coming from somebody from New York, welcome to West Virginia. Jaime's born and raised right there in Wood County. So, Jaime, welcome back home. And I really appreciate you guys being on. Jaime Hjort and Danielle Aristy. I hope I got that right, Danielle, from Amazon corporate here in West Virginia, talking about the ribbon cutting, if you will, and the grand opening celebration of these two delivery stations. One is in Beaver, West Virginia, in Raleigh County, and the other in Davisville. That's where you guys are located today in Wood County. And I mentioned it before in that Polymer Alliance Zone right there on the Ohio River in Davisville. I just want to, again, thank you for being on the show today, Jaime, Danielle. You did a wonderful job. And I hope that this was honoring to you and the new Amazon facility. Congratulations on opening these two new facilities. And I just want to encourage people that if you're looking for those direct jobs or indirect, there's work there at Amazon here in West Virginia. So thank you all for being on the show.
Thank you, Jim. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely, folks. That's a special edition of Positively West Virginia. If you or someone you know would be a great guest on our show, drop us a line on our website at positivelywv.com. And of course, we appreciate your comments and sharing these great episodes of Jaime and Danielle and the work that they're doing, bringing these jobs to West Virginia from Amazon, another international global leader. Thank you again for being on the show. I'm your host, Jim Matuga.
We'd like to thank our partners, Highmark West Virginia, Freedom Kia of Morgantown, InnerAction Media, Storymaker, and our studio sponsor, Breezeline, for helping to share these positive stories. If you'd like to become a sponsor of the Positively West Virginia podcast, visit positivelywv.com/sponsor.